I see Brenda Kerr in the background. Welcome, Brenda. Brenda's our special guest who will do a very special welcome to country in a short while. But in the meantime, I would like to acknowledge the Jar Jar Rung, the elders past, present and future. They are the traditional owners of the land and they've been around for a hell of a lot longer than we have. So thanks for coming along today, Brenda. For those who weren't here yesterday, we had an absolutely fantastic field trip and a great discussion and meal here last night. I personally believe it went off very well. Our guest speaker, Suzanne Lewis over here at our table, gave a great talk, and if you get a chance to catch up to her, was absolutely fantastic. We'll actually hear from the Major General Michael Jeffrey later in the day. Michael has a great background. I'm really looking forward to reading his bio and that. But to kick proceedings off today, we're going to call on Brad Drust. Brad is the CEO at the North Central Catchment Management Authority. He's been in that position for nearly 3 years now, Brad, so congratulations. He worked his way up through the ranks at the CMA during a period where I was there. Brad probably gave you a hard time. I hope not too hard in that, but well done, Brad. Brad's an Elmore boy, married to his partner, Meg Dollar. Meg and Brad have 2 children who go to school at Elmore, and that's my hometown, country town, and we really appreciate your background and your work, Brad. So if I could ask you to come up and make the opening speech, that'd be lovely. Thanks, Brad. Please welcome him, everyone.
All right, thanks very much for that, James. James has done that from memory, so he knows a little bit more about me than I thought, so there you go. So I've got the pleasure of opening today's conference. So welcome to the North Central CMA's 2018 Farming for Sustainable Soils Conference. For those of you who got along to the tour yesterday, for those of you who went to dinner last night, I trust that you had a fantastic time. There's been lots of buzz that I've heard already about what happened yesterday, so that's got things off to a wonderful start for today. This is the 4th time since 2009 that the North Central CMA has done something like this, since the Farming for Sustainable Soils project commenced back in 2009. I just wanted to talk a little bit about why the project started. So we started the Farming for Sustainable Soils project in 2009 because we care about the sustainable management of the North Central region's biodiversity, water and land resources, with land, of course, including soil. And we care about their ability to support productive and prosperous communities. So I was on radio a few months ago, it was prior to Christmas, I think, and we were talking about some soils work that we were doing on local ABC radio, and the radio host said to me, "But you're an environmental organisation, what are you doing things with soil?" And I said, well, we actually think soil is one of the most important natural resources we've got. We care about land, water and biodiversity and the intersection of those things, and we're right into soil. So back in 2009, we kick-started a project. And it came about because we saw the need to establish something that was community-based to deal with soils, something that gave local farming communities the opportunity to come together, to explore opportunities to improve land management practices, to restore and regenerate their soils, while also maintaining that important productive capacity that soil's got. So we put together a model that allowed farmers to come together, to identify their challenges, create some plans and experiment a bit, do some things, take some risk and see what worked. So the Farming for Sustainable Soils project so far since 2009, we had 4 years of funding through the Australian Government's Caring for Our Country program and a further 5 through the Australian Government's National Land Care program. Really important that we acknowledge that contribution. I'm not sure of the total investment over those 9 years, Phil, but it'd be in the millions of dollars. 8 million, there you go. So pretty significant investment into this project and into the farming future of this region. So over the life of the project, we've worked with 14 different community groups, Witchy Proof, Natty Alec, Lockington, Pyramid Hill, Donald, and others, all different areas across the region, all different challenges, with different issues and different communities. And across those 14 groups actively involved 450 different farmers, and indirectly involved many more. So big footprint for this project, and it's one that we're particularly proud of. It's been one of our flagship projects and really proud of what it's achieved. And we're proud because as a North Central CMA, we see ourselves as a connector. So our byline is connecting rivers, landscapes and people, with that connecting word being really important for us. And when I think about connecting, I think about connecting the big picture into local and practical action. And I think about connecting groups and people with knowledge and ideas. And this project's done all of that. So continuing with the theme of connecting with the big picture, today we'll look at some global and national soil health imperatives. And to this end, I'm very pleased that we have Major General the Honourable Michael Jeffrey with us again today, after joining the tour and dinner last night. Thanks very much for coming along, Michael. We're privileged to have you here and looking forward to what you've got to say in your keynote address. I'm equally pleased to have our local soil management advocate, if you like, in 2015 Farmer of the Year, Grant Sims from Lockington, with us. Where's Grant? Over there. So thank you very much, Grant. Looking forward to what you've got to say about how you and your family have been pursuing your quest for sustainable soil management as well. And then getting even more local, we're going to hear from some of the facilitators, some of the people who've been working with the Farming for Sustainable Soils groups more recently, and hear about their new knowledge and their new ideas after being part of the project. And then later on, you'll have an opportunity to give us your ideas, so to provide some feedback on the effectiveness of the project and some feedback on sustainable soil management practices for the future. So that's enough from me. On behalf of the North Central CMA, welcome. I'm really pleased to see you all here today. I hope you have a great day. I encourage you to listen and to learn from the excellent speakers that we've got, and take the opportunities to participate and provide your input. Thanks again.